Hi, so this is my first YouTube video and let me give a context. First of all, if you have come here to learn basics of React, Next.js and other front-end and back-end technologies, then this is not a video for you. This is for those senior developers who want to learn or who want to explore something about tech out of their usual work. And me myself, I am a software developer. I was totally exploring the idea of content creation with my friends, and my life is completely boring. Most of the time, for 12 to 14 hours, I'm usually coding or documenting something or reading something. So, or maybe managing my team. So, I don't have much happening outside of coding or software development in my life. So, the best thing that I could create content on was me documenting my own journey of building my side project. This is a side project that has been on my mind since so many days. So this is not a tutorial. I will be just documenting my own journey of building this particular product, and let's see how it goes. Let me explain what I will be building is. The project that I am building is, it will be a MVP. It won't be like I will be optimizing it for 1 lakh users or 10 lakh users. It is just a basic MVP that I am building to explore more about tech outside of my usual work. So what I'm building is local sync real-time collaborative text editor. I will be explaining each and every term used in this particular long sentence or the project that I'm building. First of all, what does local sync mean? Local sync means there will be a local DB instance and a global DB instance. This will be managed by backend, and this will be in each and every client's front end. So let me give you an example of local sync, how it works. It will be a vague example, but you will be able to understand what local sync is. Let's say there is no network connection and you WhatsApp your friend. You sent a message, hi, to Ramesh. Ramesh is your best friend. He is also a software developer. So when you sent hi, there was a single take. That means that message is not yet sent. Sorry, my bad. When you sent that message hi, there was no network. So what you see is a timer. Basically, that means that message is not yet sent, and it is in your local device only. But when network is turned on, you don't have to write hi again. That particular hi gets sent to that particular user, and there is single take. And let's say that particular user does not have his internet on. So what you will be seeing is single take. And if that user turns on his network, then you will be seeing is double tick. And if he sees your message, if Ramesh sees your message, you will be seeing a blue tick. What happened in this is, when you messaged hi and there was no internet connection, your message hi was stored in local database. And then when there was internet connection, it was sent to global database with the help of WebSocket connections. Let me write it well. With the help of WebSocket connection, that hi was sent to global database. Now in your friend's device, local state is this. Basically his local database is this. His internet connection is still off, so he will not be seeing hi. But what he will see when he opens his WhatsApp, what he will be saying is your previous messages that you have already sent him. Hey Ramesh, the product broke on Friday. Why did you push? So let's assume that was the message that you had sent, and it was stored in his local database because internet connection was on. So the last message that he will be seeing is that particular product broke message. So his local instance is one step behind the global state. So what will happen is, when he turns on his internet, his his WhatsApp's backend will be I'm sorry. So what will be happening, so what will be happening when he turns on his internet is his WhatsApp's front end will be connecting with the WebSocket backend, and that WebSocket backend will be sending him that hi message, and that hi message will pop up in his phone. So what happened is, what we just noticed is that usually in basic CRUD applications or in other apps, in most of the apps, there is no local sync used. Basically, there is no local database used. But in our text editor, we will be using local database, which will be keeping itself synced with local database. Now, let us discuss about what does real time mean. See, I told you that I told you in this particular example that WhatsApp uses WebSocket connections. Here also we will be using WebSocket connections. Real time means each and everything that you do in your mobile. Let's say you have opened my text editor in your mobile, and at the same time that same text editor is opened in your PC. So when you write here hi, without even refreshing, here hi will be written. How did this happen? This happened because of WebSockets. What WebSocket does is, it is an event-based API system. So when this event happened, you wrote here a hi, and there was internet connection on. This was sent to a WebSocket backend. This WebSocket backend stored this in DB and also sent to your PC that this particular document doc1 has an event occurred in it, and we should basically propagate. In WebSocket terms, what we call this is broadcasting. It just broadcasted this in all the live connections that this particular document one had. There were two live connections, one was in mobile and one was in PC. This already had hi because you wrote hi here, and this was a new connection that was open somewhere in your PC. So automatically in this new connection, that hi was broadcasted. That's why our project is called real time as well. Now let me tell you why are we building a collaborative. Now let me tell you what does collaborative mean. See, again, this is not for junior developers or the developers who have just started their journey, but still, if you are a senior software developer, you are almost 110% aware of all these terms, and even if you are not, it is completely fine. I am just repeating this just to brainstorm my own idea, so don't mind. Collaborative. So collaborative. So same way, this document one, your Word document that you have for your particular project, or your Confluence document that you have for your particular project, that same document is with your colleagues as well. When you and your colleague are using the same document, editing, reading or updating the same document, basically doing your CRUD operations in the same document, that document becomes collaborative. So our text editor will also have documents which are collaborative. So yes, you guessed it right. We will be inviting users as well for docs. Let's say this doc has user 1 and user 2 in it. So user 1 and user 2 both can edit this document at the same time, and hence this tool is known as collaborative tool. In text editor, because what I want to basically explore is local sync and a text editor. We all know what text editor is. So yes, this will be the project that I will be building. Now, talking about the tech stack that I'll be using for front end, I will be using next.js, tanstack query, YJS, and index.db. For backend, also I'll be using trpc. For backend as well, I'll be using trpc. For backend, I will be using next.js API router. And for persistent real-time states, I'll be using durable objects. For writing type-safe APIs, I'll be using trpc. This is just a minimum viable product, an MVP, that I am building for experimenting and learning something out of my usual work. So, oh, sorry, I wrote trpc again. And for deployment, I will be deploying in Cloudflare workers, both front and back end, both. So this is the project that I will be building. This is the first video for my project as well and for my YouTube channel as well. And let's see how this goes. Bye bye.